Since 1898, a railway has run from Banitis on the Daugava to Aluksne, though the 33-kilometre Gulbene portion was regauged, leaving the Banitis service to Aluksne as the only narrow-gauge public passenger train left in the whole Baltic states. This little train from 2 centuries ago is still with us today. Banitis itself is over 100 years old and is now uniquely Latvian. It was the railway that made Gulbene, the town of swans, to be found far in the east of Latvia. Its parks celebrate the proud independence of the welcoming country. And nearby there are hotels to welcome and look after the visitor, offering more of the unobtrusive but strong Latvian custom of hospitality to those who have come to this place. The station that was built for the little train is impressive, serving the community and welcoming travellers across the years, until replaced by something even more magnificent. The trains may change, but the Banitis station is still there, as a reminder of the past into the present day. A new station came to serve St. Petersburg, along with Banitis and its trains to Valga on the border with Estonia. And across the mists of time today, here is Banitis, the same, still with us, giving enjoyment to all. Banitis still survives through people's care and attention, and people want to come and bring their kids to experience it. Today's a special celebration day, so Big Sister has come back, though big passenger trains from here are long gone. Now people come from Riga especially to visit the famous Banitis and to meet Ferdinand. Star of the show, the young steam locomotive Ferdinand is being prepared just round the corner outside the engine shed. Look carefully at the fire in the firebox. This isn't coal. Eco-friendly Ferdinand doesn't burn fossil fuel, he burns wood, collected sustainably from the huge forest, cut to length and split into logs, then burned to make steam. The pieces are stacked neatly in his tender, ready for use, and you'll see them being placed in the fire later in the video. Ferdinand's is now over at the carriage siding, pumping up the air brakes, ready to move into the station, ready to take on board passengers for the trip to Aluksne. Business for tickets is good, and with an affordable fare of under €4, why not? People have come from far and wide for this opportunity. Ferdinand's pulls in with the train, proudly commemorating 114 years of Banitis service, and excitement mounts. Banitis, in his traditional uniform, welcomes the passengers onto the train. Ferdinand's makes a majestic departure along the narrow-gauge tracks, while alongside are the grand, big train tracks that stretch back to Riga. On board, the mood is good. It's a festival day. Latvians like festivals, so the atmosphere is infectious, and when that happens in Latvia, the singing begins. On Ferdinand's footplate, the steam for our journey has to be maintained, so in goes the wood. Uris drives Ferdinand expertly. We move along the tracks at a steady and smooth 35 kilometers per hour. It seems such a short while until the first 10 kilometers have been covered to approach Stamriana, the first major stop, with plenty of warning that Ferdinand's is on the way. The party is in full swing at this favourite spot, 1/3 of the way to Aluksne. Many get off to enjoy the spectacle, to visit the attractions and to stroll to see the sights. There are stalls here in the festival market with a choice of delicious breads. There are knick-knacks and little gifts for Christmas next year. There's a face painting for little princesses, so they feel really special. And you can buy delicious pietspiana, satsepu, chocolate donuts and other goodies. Or you can walk 3 kilometers down the country lane to the delightful Stamriana Orthodox Church, saved from its ordeal as a fertilizer store and now recognized by the state as a landmark national monument. A little further east, among cool pine glades, is the old German baronial castle of Stamriana Pils, celebrating an era that was swept away by war and has gone for good. Back at the station, festival events are still in full swing, with dancing and entertainment. Latvia loves festivals. And the sight of a live steam locomotive is most exciting, with the kids lifted on to experience Ferdinand's footplate before the train leaves for Aluksne. Time to get on board to travel the next 20 kilometres on this unique little train. Now Banitis has on board a load of children from a local Gulbene school. They're going for a special little trip to Kalniene for a unique experience. Ferdinand's eats up the kilometres from Stamriana to Kalniene at a steady 35 kilometres an hour. The train glides by into the loop line and comes to a gentle stop. The children climb down for a quick safety briefing and a wave for the camera. And then it's off to sample putra, a special barley-based traditional country winter food that our grandparents used to eat. No amount of putra can withstand the youngsters' ability to burn it off with some gymnastics and a bit of dancing. Here comes the afternoon train. Ferdinand and his train will move on now to call next at Paparde, 21 kilometres from Gulbene, for a traditional steam locomotive ceremony. Ferdinand needs a drink, and the traditional steam ceremony is to fill his tender with water to make the steam that drives him. This used to be done by steam pump, but today it's amazing what can be done instead with a little petrol engine. This is the time for photos and a walkabout to the rhythmic beat of Ferdinand's steam brake pump. Ferdinand's chuffs on towards Aluksne, with a little train with a steady beat. 3 kilometres from Aluksne, the main road parallels the railway. The view there is good. Approaching the level crossing, the train slows down. A little further on, the approach to Aluksne is in pouring rain, but look at the crowds. The folk here don't let a little bit of rain spoil a celebration of 114 years of Banitis service. Ferdinand gets a great welcome. So the train has run 33 kilometres to this really pleasant terminus of Aluksne with delightful holiday sights. There's a real beachfront along the large Aluksne lake. In support are mobile home plug-ins, beachfront cafe and inn. It's a holiday pleasure place. There's a castle, sports arena, boating facilities and lagoons behind the island. Very pleasant for a relaxing visit. Banitis brings together the kids, the visitors, the residents and connects the two towns and all of the tourist sites. Banitis, the unique little train of eastern Latvia, over 100 years old and still going strong. Come and see it. Come and travel.